Welcome students, myself Shaila Shetkar, Assistant Professor in Botany from Government College of Arts, Science and Commerce, Sakli. The program is Bachelor of Science first year. The subject is Botany, generic elective. Semester is 1. Course code is BOG 101. Course title is Environmental Biotechnology. Title of the unit is Unit 8. International and national legislations, policies for pollution management. Module name is Forest Conservation Act 1980. These are the outline of my module. In this module, we are going to learn about Forest Conservation Act 1980 and the objectives of Forest Conservation Act 1980 and also the sections of Forest Conservation Act 1980. These are the learning outcomes of my module. At the end of the module, student will be able to explain the objectives and important features of the Forest Conservation Act 1980 and also will be able to discuss the sections of Forest Conservation Act 1980. The Forest Conservation Act 1980 is an act which ensures conservation of forest and its resources. It was enacted by the Parliament of India in the 31st year of Republic of India in order to control the ongoing deforestation of forest areas in the country. It came into force on October 25th, 1980, which contains 5 sections. These are the objectives of Forest Conservation Act 1980. To protect the forest, its flora, fauna and other diverse ecological importance, to protect the forest and prevent deforestation, to prevent the loss of forest biodiversity, to prevent the conversion of forest into agricultural lands or residential units. Now let us learn about the important features of the Act. The Act restricts the state government and other authorities to take decisions first without permission from the central government. The Act gives complete authority to the central government to carry out the laws of this Act. The Act puts penalties in case of violations of the provisions of Forest Conservation Act. The Act will have an advisory committee which will help the central government with regard to forest conservation. These are the sections of Forest Conservation Act 1980. It contains 5 sections. Section 1 of the Act explains short title, extent and the date of commencement. Section 2 of the Act is about the restriction on the state government for de-reservation of forest or use of forest land for non-forest purpose. Section 3 of the Act deals with the constitution of advisory committee. Section 3A deals with penalty for contravention of the provision of the Act. Section 3B deals with cases in which the offence is made by authorities or government departments. Section 4 deals with power to make rules and Section 5 deals with repealing and saving. Now let us learn about the sections of Forest Conservation Act 1980 in detail. The first section is short title and extent and commencement. This act may be called the Forest Conservation Act 1980. It extends to the whole of India except the state of Jammu and Kashmir. The law applies to the whole of India except for Jammu and Kashmir. However, when Article 370 was removed, it meant all the laws at the central level become applicable. But only 37 laws apply to Jammu and Kashmir at the moment, and the Forest Conservation Act 1980 is not included under this 37 laws. It shall be deemed to have come into force on 25th day of October 1980. Section 2. Restriction on the de-reservation of forest or use of forest land for non-forest purpose. This section restricts the state governments and other authorities to make laws in the following matter without the prior permission of the central government. They cannot reserve any forest land or any portion of it reserved under any law for the time it being enforced in the state or any other part. Forest land or any portion of it cannot be used for non-forest purposes. They cannot assign any forest land or any portion of it by way of lease to any private person or anybody or organization not controlled by the government of India. A forest land or any part of it grown naturally may be cleared for the reforestation. The explanation of this section defines the term non-forest purposes. It means clearing any forest land or its portion for the purpose of planting tea, coffee, spices, rubber, palms, oil-bearing plants, or medicinal plants, or any purpose other than afforestation, but it should not include any work related to preservation, evolution, and administration of forest and wildlife. The next is Section 3, Constitution of Advisory Committee. As per Section 3 of this Act, the central government has the power to constitute an advisory committee to advise on matters related to the approving, as under Section 2 of this Act, any matter referred by the central government connected with the preservation of forest. The Section 3 has two more sections, Section 3A and Section 3B. Section 3A is the penalty for contravention of the provisions of the Act. Section 3A was added by the amendment made in 1988. According to this section, whoever violates or abates the violation of any law contained under Section 2 shall be punished with simple imprisonment for any prescribed term which may increase up to 15 days. Section 3B, Offences by the authorities and government departments. Section 3B was added by the amendment made in 1988. The section talks about the offences committed by the authorities and government department. It contained two subsections, that is Section 3B1 and Section 3B2. According to Section 3B1, whenever any offence under this Act is committed by any department of the government, head of the government, any authority or any person who at the time of the commission of the offence was responsible for the conduct of business shall be made liable for the offence under the Act. However, the same person can save himself by proving that the offence was committed without his knowledge. According to Section 3B2, when an offence under this Act has been committed by a person other than Department of Government, Head of Government, or the authority mentioned under subsection 1 with his consent or due to his negligence, then such person shall be declared guilty under the Act and also be made liable to proceeding and punishments. The Section 4 is power to make rules. The central government has the power to carry out the laws described under this Act by notifying in the official gazette. Before forming any rule, it should be presented before both houses of the Parliament for a period of 30 days. Both the houses of Parliament shall agree to do the modification and form the new rule under the Act. The last is the Section 5, which is repeal and saving. The Forest Conservation Ordinance 1980 is hereby replaced. Notwithstanding such repeal, anything done or any action taken under the provision of the said ordinance shall be deemed to have been done or taken under the corresponding provisions of this Act. These are the references of my module. Thank you.